Hello and welcome to the new Tableau dashboard tutorial. And in this Tableau dashboard tutorial, what I'm showing you is one of the very common report in the sales domain is the sales win loss dashboard. So it's about how many opportunities you are winning. That means how many deals you are winning and how many deals you are losing, right? So an important parameter for the management to know whether they are improving or how much deals they are winning. Based on that, whether they are improving, losing, if they are losing, where they are losing, and things like those. So as you can see, this dashboard name clearly indicates that it is a sales win loss dashboard. It is by region, so you have these different regions, right, as to Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, Northwest, so on and so forth. Right now Pacific is selected over here. After that, what you have is the KPIs, like total opportunities, won opportunities, loss opportunities, and average won opportunity. So this indicates that out of 1.5 billion total opportunities that was registered into the system, you only won 19.8%, right, which is 313 million, but you lost 1.2 billion, right? That's a big number when it comes to, let's say, for a particular region, right? So then it's about doing a postmortem as to what really happened. So here is the information, like what are the top 5 opportunities you have won, what are the top 5 opportunities that you have lost, right? And we can make it more dynamic. Right now it is 5, but with the help of parameter we can make it more dynamic as to top 10, top 15, top 20, so on and so forth, right? So we get to know about, okay, what are we winning, what are we losing when it comes to top value or highest values. Then winning and losing by route of market. So over here, wherever red is present, it by default indicates that you are losing. So clearly in the field sales, you are losing the highest. In other category is the second one. The reseller is the third one. Tele coverage and tele sales, right? So this is basically talks about by your route to market, what are the deals that you are winning and losing. Then it's about the competition, that when you have the competition, what are the opportunities that you are winning and losing. So over here, when the competition is known, that means your sales has given the information about the competitor information, or they were aware that if we are not getting the deal, then who have got it, right? So that's your competitor. So wherever it is known, this much is the loss and this much is the known. And unknown, you can say clearly, looks like your sales doesn't know that, and that's not a good thing, because if you don't know who is your competitor, how would you compete, right? So something to focus around that. So a lot of actionable information that one can have once, let's say, you further drill down and all. And then finally, by the deal size, in which deal size you are losing a lot of deals. So clearly in 40k to 50k, you are losing a lot of deals, followed by 50 to 60k, more than 60k. That means these are the top 3 categories and you are clearly losing in that. Not a good thing from a company perspective. So this reveals something about health of the business, right? And it's just a small stab at it as to these metrics, but a lot can be done. It's like, time series sort of a thing, like over a period of time, how much you are losing and stuff like that, right? You can go much granular into the data as you want. So over here, however, this is more of a demo dashboard, but where is the data set? Well, for this, the data is present like this. You have the opportunity number, supplies group, like whether it is car accessories, performance, and something around non-accessories, so on and so forth, right? These categories. And then subgroup, whether it is an exterior. So I think we have not explored this, but this is something that obviously further you may want to explore as to in which supply group is going. And then you have route to market that we have done. Elapsed days in sales stages, again It's about the inactivity. For example, 111 days in sales stage, probably not a good thing, or something which you may want to improve. If you see, because of these more days in the sales stages is resulting into losing of the opportunities. And then some information about sales win or loss data, and then sales stage change count, how many stages it has changed. More the stages, that means more number of days it has spent. So clearly you may have to see that. Similarly, total days identified through qualified, opportunity amount in USD, client size, again important metric, whether the big client is giving you the more opportunity or more value opportunity. Then you have the client size by employee count. You have revenue from client in past 2 years. So you can see a lot is present in this data set, right? Competitor, known, unknown, ratios based on what we saw earlier, the days and all, the deal size. And then what we have is these calculated field that I created while creation of this. So one way is that the link for this, first of all, dashboard is present in the description. That way you can take this template and utilize for free. I mean, completely free it is to download. So the way you can do is go to the link that I have provided, and in the folder, I think where is that, over here, in that I have the, so first of all, the data that I'm using is here, cars.xlsx. so if the link that is present in the description will bring you, first it will bring you to the main folder, which is the data sets. There the car is a data set which is present, and then in the Tableau dashboard templates you can find all of my templates that I am using or I am having in the for these dashboards. So like sales win loss and logistic, what I earlier did it, finance, attrition, all of that, right? So that is what I am basically uploading, all of these dashboards at this location. So use the link which is there in the description and download this, right? So you can download the data and you can download the template if you want to play around like this. So the way, now what we need is, the first thing first is the KPI. So the KPI is what do we have? Total opportunities, won opportunities, average won, and loss opportunities, right? So the way we have it is over here, if you see. So this filter is coming from the dashboard. So no need to worry if you are starting and this is not present, that's okay. Or you can keep it like region equals to Pacific, but make sure you add it to the context. If it is for me it is coming remove from context, but for you it will be coming add to the context. And it is important because it needs to basically give you the result based on the context of the filter, right? So with that, first of all, what do we have is basically we are doing a distinct count of opportunity number, and sum of opportunities is in the text, but I think I'm not using. What I'm using is this opportunity count. So even if I can remove that, that's not an issue. So where is my opportunity amount is a field which is already present. So over here, where are you? Opportunity amount USD. Simply you need to drag this and bring it over here onto the text, right? And then some formatting. Formatting is by going into the text, come over here, the sum of opportunity amount, you need to make it Tableau bold, size 16, give it 2 enters, or and then write the total opportunities as the label, right? And what you get is this, but also make sure it is entire view. Once you do the entire view, it will appear somewhere over here. So in the text, right, in the alignment, bring it over here onto the center. So that should do it. So we have this, and after that, similar way, we have to give the won opportunity, but for the won opportunity, what we need is the calculated field, right? So win opportunity is over here, the dollar amount. What I have done is count and dollar both I have done. So what is the calculation? Well, the way you do the calculated field, as you may have been following me, you come over here, create calculated field. Once you do that, what you will going to get is a window like this, right, where you need to write what is your calculated field, and then I'm saying if opportunity result. So opportunity result is this. If opportunity result is 1, then give me the amount, and then I'm doing a sum of it, right? So that is your formula, straightforward. And when opportunity count is present, then what you would say, count distinct. If opportunity goes to 1, then opportunity number instead of the opportunity amount. So with that, what you will going to get is the opportunity dollar that I have brought in over here onto the text by dragging the field from here to the text. Then what we have is also the opportunity won dollar percentage, which is 19.8%. So which is present over here. Opportunity won percentage. Again, it is a calculated field. So you know how to create calculated fields. I'll show you the configuration of calculated field. First of all, the name of the field, and then the sum of those opportunity amount where the category is won, then under the it is all one value, then divide by the overall opportunity amount. So here, since no if condition is present, it will be overall opportunity, right, which is 313 divided by 1579. That's what it is, right? After that, average won opportunity, very straightforward. What you do is you basically create this average won opportunity, same calculated field, name, this is the one. If opportunity result equals to 1, then opportunity amount, and take an average of that, right? So you take an average, bring it over here, it gives you the 91, and then text should be average won opportunity. After that, the fourth KPI what we have is the loss opportunity. So similarly, the loss opportunity amount, it is a calculated field, and the configuration is that name is loss opportunity amount, and over here it is the sum of those opportunity amount where opportunity result is loss, right? So wherever the opportunity result value is lost, take the opportunity amount and take a sum of that. We're going to give you how many opportunities you have lost, and now the loss opportunity percentage, right? Same way, but dividing the loss opportunity amount with the total amount gives you 80.2%, and below to that what you write is the loss opportunity. So what I suggest and always recommend is you always create the configuration in first for formatting and all, and then produce the filter. Now one more thing you may be wondering is having this dollar sign and million sign. So the way we do that is coming over here into the format, right, and over here currency custom 0, display unit is million, and prefix, once you select the currency, prefix will come as dollar. But if you have a different currency, like you are in India, you may have rupee. If you are in UK, you may have pound. You can select whatever your currency is from there and put it over there, because it is a text field, right? So these are the 4 KPIs that we have, but these icons are different images that has been created. And so in my advanced Tableau dashboard classes is basically I show a lot about these things as well, as to how you can bring all of this information like images and all. So if you're interested, you can let me know and I'll share the details. It's always you can come to that my email and talk about it. But coming back to these icons and all, so as you can see, these are the different images which I have brought in using the image. So there is no sheet or anything, but using the image I have brought in these different icons, right? And all these icons, either you can get it directly from Google search, or sometimes in your company they are already providing you, or you can create it in the presentation very easily, right? So with that, what do we have is the next chart. So this is the route to market. So this is one of the complex chart what I'm creating. So route to market 1. So what we have done is we have taken route to market, right, and the average opportunity that we are winning, right, and over here in the color we are saying win opportunity, right? So that's basically is giving it as a color condition as a green, right? And then it's a simple chart, but name is not present or header is not present because we have unchecked the header here. Reason for this is we are creating a label as a different sheet. The reason for this is we are creating a chart like this where labels are present in between, negative values or the lost deals are present here, the deals which we have won is present here, right? So this is my route to market, and for this we have enabled the label, and to bring the values over here we have used the horizontal alignment onto the left, right? Similarly, we have created route to market loss. As you can see, we have given for the measure names, we have given the color coding as this. However, you can take this color C55A11 is the code for this particular color if you are following this, but if you have your own color, it's a different thing, right? So with that, there is a small trick which is going on over here, that is about putting your values or these bars into opposite direction, right? It is basically not starting from here but is starting from here. So the way we have done it is, as you can see, we have added a negative sign onto the loss opportunity. So over here also you can see if I double click, so the loss opportunity dollar what we created the field earlier, we have added a negative sign. So as soon as we add the negative sign, it starts from the right and goes towards left, right? And then in the label, right, if you keep the left, for some reasons it's basically bringing you towards this extreme right. Okay, I was also thinking that I may have to do it right configuration, but looks like the way it takes is it's a left and put the value at the start. So that's what it is going on into it. And then we have these labels where we are simply saying route to market and nothing else. That's it. Okay, and there was this ABC was coming, so what I just added is 2 double quotation and put it on the text. That is it. So you can double click over here and say 2 double quotation, right, and then bring it onto the text. That's it. That's what we need to do to remove those ABC values. So after that, once we have done that, so what we need to also do is top 1 opportunities, right? So these are the top 5 opportunities based on the opportunity number. So we have the opportunity number and the opportunity value, which is the win opportunity dollar value, right? So what we are doing is on the opportunity number, we are adding a filter based on the top condition, top n. Top n is a parameter over here. Like I was saying, if you remember that with the help of parameter, we can make it dynamic. So if I go into the edit mode, this is the top n integer, current value is 5. What we are allowing the user to go all the way till 10th value. So we want to show top 5, top 6, top 7, top 10. That's it. But you can make it like top 50 as well, if you really want to view or go into detail like as an analyst. Okay, so you can increase the size and that will increase the value, where in the front end you will be able to see top 50, top 60 and so on and so forth. Okay, so with that, over here in edit filter top, you have the top n because you can select a parameter, or from here you can create a parameter as well, right? So based on the win opportunities, and sum is already applied, that's why custom is written on this win opportunity dollar. The sum is already applied, that's why the custom is written over here. So what you get is the top 5 because the value what we have given is the 5, right? Similar configuration, you can duplicate the sheet. So as you can see, this is the entire view. You can duplicate this sheet. The only thing you need to do is replace the won from loss, and over here in opportunity in the top end, but from won opportunity dollar you need to change this to loss opportunity dollar, and it will give you those opportunities which you have lost, those top opportunities. And finally what we have is the deal size. As you can see, over here we have the deal size category, we have opportunity result, won or loss, and the opportunity amount. Very straightforward, right? And then opportunity result is given on the to the color. So won has green color, opportunity result has two values, won and loss. So won has got this color, loss has got this color, and we are pretty much done. I think that's about it. And even in the competition, yeah, this is a competition one where we have the field competitor type, right, and opportunity result, and again opportunity result onto the color gives us the clear layout like this. You may get like more lines, like these vertical lines. So the way you can do is you can right click over here, come on, right click over here, format, into these lines, go to the column and make the grid lines none, and even onto the grid over here, if you see column divider, like for example these dividers, right, you can make it none, and then these lines will be gone. And that is basically everywhere, wherever you want to remove it. I just always like the clean layout, that's why I keep it. And then if you see, everywhere I'm using a similar type of title, so make sure that this is common. So you double click over here, your title is Tableau regular 10, all in capital and light gray, right? So once we have done that, what do we need is basically your, what do you call, the output, right? So that is something what we need over here. I think when I did something over here, something has messed up into it. I may have to just again put it, but that's okay. I will probably show you as to how to create it. But the complex part is how will you going to create a dashboard like this, right? Because that is the key thing. Once we do everything, creating this layout takes a lot for a beginner. And this is where you need to really learn how we can create a clean layout like this. So be with me. It will be slightly difficult. I'll warn you that it will not be easy, but you need to be with me, and this is where you need to do a lot of practice to make sure that you get a complete control over the Tableau layout, right? So first thing first is you have the tiled layout and floating layout. Floating layout is easy. It's about, putting wherever on the canvas you want to put it. For beginners, they try to prefer floating. Even I tried to use the floating, but as we gain more and more experience, what we get to know is to get a beautiful layout or to get a controlled layout, what we need is tiled, right? So experience suggests tiled, beginner usually follow floating. So with that, but again, this is more of a my basically perspective. Your perspective may be different if you have an more and more experience on floating, but I really like working on the tile, which gives me a better and controlled layout for the dashboarding. With that, first thing first is creating the dashboard, right? So here is the dashboard, completely blank layout. We will start with the blank after creating all these visualizations. Okay, I have my sip of water, so now I can continue talking. With that, what do we have is, if you see on this dashboard is multiple components that are present. We have the sales dashboard region, we have these icons and all of that. And then what we will do is we will start bringing in the component. Like for example, first let me bring in the vertical component into it, which basically helps me put the components vertically, that means one top of another, and then side by side is the horizontal container, right? And in that, what do we need is basically a component which will help me place the component properly. So I'll bring the blank layout, and then what I bring is at the top is the horizontal layout. So in the horizontal layout, now I have the option where I can bring in my text layout, which will be the sales win / loss dashboard, right? And so follow along with me, or pause it if it is becoming slightly faster. But each step is important, right? So 22 and black and click OK. So sales win loss dashboard, right? And then what we will going to bring in is basically a component which is a horizontal component again, and I will bring it completely down here, and I'll bring one more blank for placing the component properly, right? So over here, if you see this blank, and this is the horizontal one, in which I have placed the blank one, and then what I will going to put is one vertical, because I need one top of another, right? So let me bring it down, double click, let's just see. Okay, so I have the horizontal, I have the vertical here, and I need one more vertical over here, and then I can remove my component, right? So I have this. So with that, this is where a lot of focus goes in terms of how do we want to place each of our components. So why it is not coming, fix height, uncheck that, and you will going to get the space, right, which I was looking at it when I was trying to drag it down. Okay, so once we have this vertical component, right, so what do we have is basically a section for KPI, a section for KPI, a section for win loss, and this is the third one, right? So over here, let me just expand this little bit, and then in that I will again bring in blank for my components, and first component is my KPIs, which is my side by side. Okay, and then the second is my route to market, which is also side by side horizontal, right? So I am just creating the layout, as you can see my boxes where I want to place my values, right? So we have this, and then finally we just have to place one the competition, which is okay. So once I have this, what I need, because I'm showing in the horizontal side by side as to my KPIs, which is having first image and second is the KPI, that means one top of another, that is a vertical layout. So what I bring is one vertical, second vertical, come on. Okay, it is giving me issue. So what I'll do is I'll press Ctrl Z just to make sure that this is horizontal, and what I'll do is just to make this thing simpler, I'll bring the blank. Okay, I have this, and then what I'll do is I'll bring the vertical one. You can see I can now easily put it. I'll bring the second. I have 2, 3 and 4 KPI, right? And now I can remove my blank. I have my 4 boxes, as you can see. So slowly things are coming together, right? So that is what we need when we are creating dashboard, the control like this, that will going to help us produce the values. So with that, what do? We basically bring in our KPIs. So our first KPI, what did I do? Control Z. Okay, so I'll just make sure that this should not come, so I am hiding this, right? I'll just check that this is not present anywhere else. So like this, no, I'm not using this chart, but over here we don't want anything like this. and even for here. So I'll just remove that. Otherwise they will mess up in with my dashboards, right? So we don't want that. So now let me bring it here. First, second, third, and fourth. Yep. Right click, hide the title. 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 Click, select this, right click, hide the title. Yeah, all of this is coming together now. Hit the save button so that you are not losing it. Once we have this, what we need is the image, right, which is an icon. So image is here at the top, and fit, center, choose. So this is the total opportunities, right? So that is the total deals. So where is my deal icon? Here is my deal icon, and I click OK, and I bring it up. As I bring it up, it reduces the size. Okay, so we have this, and then what we do is we bring one more image over here, fit, center, choose. That is my won opportunities. That means I have sort of a medal, which is an indication that we have won. Control C. I will just, yeah, so what it is doing, when I'm doing that, what it is basically doing is it is creating the one layout over here when I'm trying to do that, right? As you can see, this icon, right, which is basically saying that all of this is one and create just one. So what I'll do is I will select entire component. I will say distribute content evenly, right? And I will distribute content evenly. So that's very quickly, so don't worry if it is happening. We have the ways to figure that out. So I just showed you how to correct that. So we have this, and then we have the third component, which is also having the image, and the image will going to give us the fit and center. In that, this is where the average opportunity, right? So middle needle is basically to indicate that this is the average opportunity. Okay, and then the fourth one is basically your loss, right? Fit and center, and then loss opportunity thumbs down indicates that that's not good, right? We don't want to really lose the opportunity, so thumbs down. So you can see icon and KPIs are aligned properly, but like I did it, you can see, very straightforward, and with a lot of convincing, like where to put it. This will going to take time for you if you are a beginner. And like I said in my training, I emphasize a lot and tips and tricks about how to further get a control over it completely. Also over here you can see, if you follow my steps and do it at least 10-15 times on different types of dashboard, you will going to get a control over it. And that's what I do in my trainings. I mean, I show it on the 10 different dashboards, which are very, very complex from the perspective of building the dashboard, and that basically gives a control over how you would place and create these stunning designs. With that, we have to still do the all right, we still have to do this route to market piece label and loss, right? So what we know is if I just bring it over here, loss opportunities are more, right? Okay, maybe up until here, and let's do maybe till here. So we don't need RDM label, so I'll hide that. We don't need this, and probably we even don't need this, right? So now the similar layout, if you see, we had this, we have this, and then finally below, what do we have? This as a blank, right? If I'm not wrong. What is that? This is a blank. So over here, what I'll do is I will first bring in my competition. This is my third one, and I'll remove this, and I will bring it down, right? So this basically give me the clear layout as to what we had in this part, right? Then it's about what do we want to put it over here. So over here we need a vertical one, so I will bring in vertical, not here for sure, but in bit, yeah, like a, and I'll remove that. I will say delete container, and I'll get my complete space where I can put my values, right? So what do we have is first let me bring in the blank so that I can so that I can properly put it. I have blank, and then what I'll do is I'll bring the horizontal, because I need to put two sheets side by side. Okay, top one over here and top loss, right? Top one, top loss. So right click, maybe edit the title over here. We need 10 Tableau regular and slightly, yeah. So this is matching with this, and let's in capital, let's write top one and apply and okay. Similarly over here, edit title, top loss, select Tableau regular and 10 light gray, and you have this sheet, and then you can bring it down to create some space. Okay, so now you have this side by side, and then down below what do you need to do is you have this blank here. I think what do we have, I forgot, win loss by deal size. Deal size, let's put it over here, and let's remove the blank, and let's bring it down like this, and we have the at least our final dash layout. And I'll remove this. This will give us a lot of space. Now it's all about I know it's still not clear layout like this, so very quickly what we will going to do, we will go completely at the edge, and you can see some border is coming. So I'll select this, which is a higher level container, go into the layout and select the blue color, make it 70% transparent, right? So at least this is coming, right? So first thing first, this one, let's choose the color white, right? Just click this, double click here, this will select the component, choose the color white. Over here, double click, choose the component and white. Similarly, double click, choose the component and white. Over here, double click, choose the component and white. So now you got the idea, right? Everywhere, just select this entire thing, choose the component and white. So it will start looking like they are all one component. And over here, top competition white. Over here, top competition white. So you can see there is a space in between that, right, over here in these boxes, and over here you don't have a lot of space, right? So what you can do is you can double click, again double click, and again double click. This will select the entire component. So outer padding is 0, so over here you can bring in what, 4. Okay, so what it does, it creates a space. So this is where, you know, the entire logic goes in. Select the entire all these components and make the outer padding 4. You can choose as much you want, but I am choosing 4 for all of my component just to be consistent, right? 4 over here. 4 is already selected, so we are good. Over here 4 is already selected, so we are good. So that's the only thing. And over here you can see this one is not aligned with this one. So we have couple of ways by which we can do that. Again, it is all about doing the outer and inner padding thing. So we have 4, let's maybe 6. So it will start to come along as we increase the size little bit more. Also, there is an inner padding. So if you see, double click, there is an inner padding with which you can do the experiment. As you can see, as we do this, yeah, now it is coming aligned. So this is all aligned. So this is where we need to do the little bit of work with inner padding and outer padding, and every visualization will start coming along. Let me just do 2 or maybe 3, 4. Okay, up until here, and maybe, yeah, this should be good. So it comes in alignment. So this is where we need to do our work, and as you can see, this is coming to the life where your dashboard is very similar to this. Only thing you have is this region field, which we can, let's say, bring it from here, filters, region. Let's bring it towards here, and then what we get is the this field, which we can make it multiple values drop down, right? And we will just select the entire component and make it what, white, right? So, and I'll double click. You can always reduce it, right, like we have done it 4. That way you basically bring in the value. So I'll just keep it till here. So you have this blank component. What you can do is you can fill up the space with this, make it what, 10, right? And that way it will, or I'll just press Ctrl Z, and I will choose the layout white just so that it all looks better. So we have all of these. Up to us whether we want this or not. If you don't want, you can leave it like this. However, what it shows is basically this component which we need to which is showing the whiter space in our dashboard. However, you have a way by which you can come here, double click this, and over here what you can do is you uncheck on that fixed width thing and you get the complete layout. So that is basically your way by which you can do that. I think one last thing which also I would do is select this filter, apply to worksheet, all using this data source. Make sure this is selected. That way, once, let's say I select all, I get my all the values. So that is what I wanted to show you. As you can see, a lot goes in when you create a dashboard like this. Again, you know, it's the layout related thing which is very, very important. And as you can see, if we increase or decrease, right, the width or height, the layout will not going to create much of an issue since it is all fixed, right? So that way we can have good control over our components. With that, I believe you have learned a lot. Let me know in the comments if you have any question or anything, what do you think about this dashboard, and I'll meet you in the next dashboard with a new topic.